Welcome to Underdog Hoops, presented by great coaches in our basketball community. From the Underdog Hoops studio in Rancho Cucamonga, California, here is your host, Sam Farrar.
Hey guys, Coach Sam here from Underdog Hoops. So, in today's podcast, we are going to look back at my first interview with a coach named Chase Cole. And we are going to dive right into that right now. But before we do that, we're going to go thank our sponsors.
Okay. Hello, like now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So wait, you said start off like about myself?
Yeah, just tell the audience about yourself.
Okay. So my name is Chase Cole, 26 years young. Started coaching at Gulf Shores High School as an assistant in 2014. Actually got into it because I had just moved to the area and I emailed a bunch of the high schools around the area and was just like, "Hey, do you have any room on your do you need any help? I'd love to just be a part of it." And Gulf Shores was the first one to contact me back.
All right. So, you started or how long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching now for 5 years, and this will be my sixth season coming up.
Cool. That's like me. I'm like 6 years, or 6 years going to be coming up, and I've been coaching since I've been out of high school, so that's kind of nice.
That's awesome.
So do you have any coaching goals that you are striving for?
Yes, I mean my and I know everyone is different. One of the other high schools around here, he just loves developing those kids, and so his whole goal is just to stay at a high school. I believe that with my basketball IQ, I can achieve higher, and so last off season was actually my first year that I started getting some calls from different colleges. One of them was all the way in Kentucky. Um, I didn't feel at that time that I was prepared enough to make that step, but now this off season, I've already got 3 scheduled interviews coming up for different colleges.
Okay, that's really cool. Um, uh, so that's like kind of where I want to be too.
Yep.
And yeah, it's so do you have a particular coaching philosophy that you would talk to them about and just share that?
Yeah, I mean, my as far as offense, I want to be up tempo. I want to be um, one of the hardest things for teams to have to do defensively is get back in transition. So on every opportunity I can get, I want a fast break. I'm looking at my guards to get the ball and have that advance pass to the rim. And then as soon as that ball goes through, I'm pressuring the baseline.
Yeah.
I'm sending 3 and 4 guys to the rim for the offensive boards. And if the other team, if they think that they can run out on me, then I'll take my chances. But I'm going to send 3 or 4 guys, and I'm looking for that fast up pace tempo.
Yeah.
Defensively, growing up, I was the younger sibling, and so my sister always called me annoying, and she called me a pest, and so that's how that's what I contribute to my defense is my sister. So I'm
Yeah.
looking to be annoying. I'm looking to be disruptive. I want to be the team that people don't look forward to playing. I want to be
Yeah.
more aggressive 84 feet from my basket so that if I get a steal in the backcourt, I'm only 10 or 20 feet from my basket. And hopefully we have the numbers on them.
Yeah.
If they do get it past half court, my guys, we drop back and we're solid. We build that wall. We work a lot of different set changes and to where um, they can't, like, we'll set up in a 2-3, but then it's going to change into a 3-2 because I don't allow driving on my basket. We also work a lot on setting charges to where if they do drive, like my team last year, we had the least number of fouls in our league.
Yeah.
My team, the way I always tell them is we don't commit the fouls, we get fouls. We had one team that had three of their best players foul out before halftime, or not. I'm sorry, right after halftime,
Okay.
because we're just that disruptive and that aggravating.
Yeah, so I see a lot of like I run up tempo, and a lot of it is just because my kids that I have are short, and we just
Mm-hmm.
need to get up
Yep.
tempo. So on I'm the JV assistant coach right now, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe in a few years, it's probably in a few years we'll see if I get a head coaching job somewhere. But
Yeah. Yeah.
there's we run like a Spartan style, like get out and go, like right,
Mm-hmm.
get it out of the basket and go.
Yep.
So we do a lot of that. We do a lot of pressing,
Mm-hmm.
um, and we do have, you know, uh, just overall we like to do the same thing you guys do. We'll pressure the ball. We'll force turnovers. We'll keep the ball in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
I try to, and the JV coach that I work with, we try to make sure that they contain. We're not really big fans of denying. We're just keep your guy in front of you.
Yep.
That's my main priority with them is keep the ball in front of you. And if you get beat, get off them and turn them and get back in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, we press from the tip. So as soon as
Yeah,
our basket goes in, we're getting in that diamond set. And it's
yeah,
it's traps and it's shifting to where if they see the two guys coming down the trap, then I tell my kids, like, you're on a string. So when those front two guys go down the trap, the back two guys have got to come down and cover those passes. And
yeah.
yeah, we get after it.
So the year before this last year, so we had a pretty good team that could run the diamond
Hmm.
press, and it was just like, oh my gosh. And then this year, we couldn't get them to run it right, so we were like, okay, we'll just do our 1-3-1 kind of trap the
Yeah.
corners, and we're like, okay, that's working. We have guys that can do it some years, and then other years we're just kind of lacking that, which is unfortunate, but we're working on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all personnel based. I know 2 years ago we didn't really have um, that much size inside to where we had to run um, a lot of like five out spread offenses. And this year we had two guys come in that were relatively taller guys for our school, and so then we started to run high low and a lot of screens.
Yeah. All right. So, do you like to promote positive energy? And if you do, or yeah, in both negative and positive situations, how do you handle that, or how do you um promote your positive energy with positive and negative situations? Sorry.
You're good. I mean, I probably get too excited for a JV coach, like, and I probably do get on my guys a little bit harder during the negative, but it's my job to get them if this is what they want to do. My job is to get them ready for high school ball. This isn't youth league anymore. We're not. It's not about everybody gets equal playing time. And so,
Yeah.
like, I don't substitute or punish someone for mistakes. If my point guard makes a bad pass and it's a turnover, I just tell him like, hey, where you were pretty much telegraphing that pass, everybody in the gym knew where it was going. Do a pump fake next time and do it. But the one thing I will substitute and punish you for is effort.
Yeah.
One of our best kids last year, he there was two times back to back where uh, he just lost control of the ball and he didn't get back on defense. Like he could have stopped the fast break because he was right there, but he just stopped at half court. And so I pulled him out and I told him, I was like, I'm not gonna have that on this floor. I was like, I'm not gonna have you just walking and putting your head down. I was like, we don't do that here.
Yeah. Okay, so do you you already said that you like to get out and run. So
Mhm.
um what offense do you guys run?
Uh, yeah, as I said, it's personnel based. I like to do a spread, um,
Okay.
either four out and have that one guy run the paint, or we do two in, three out, and we do drag screens, ISO screens, and then it's a lot of inside cuts. I try to keep the ball faded to one side, to where then the backside guard can get that screen from one of our post guys, and he's flashing inside wide open. So it's a lot of screens. It's fast paced, just like the defense, and it's up and down. We'll pass it into the paint. If it's not there, work it back outside and look for that cutter.
Yeah, that's like we'll run some read and react. I do run some pistol
Mm-hmm.
offense, and you know, I think the pistol offense is a lot easier for like almost anyone can run it.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, and I've done some flex,
Heck yeah.
but that's a little harder to teach you don't if you're not like familiar with it.
Right.
So you know, the varsity coach was more familiar with that, so he
Flex and
runs that,
triangle are
and
two things that I have a hard time with.
yeah. So I've for like zone stuff, I'll do like I try to keep one guy in the middle, so we call it circle. You have like the two wing people, and then there's one up on the top of the 3 point line and one on the in the middle, and then you have your big guy in the bottom. So
Hmm.
and then we'll just like they rotate uh up top, and then the the big will just go ball side.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then 1-3-1 zone is like, I didn't know what offense I would run for that until, one of the older school coaches came up to me and was like, you gotta do like a diamond
Hmm.
kind of formation, and that's how you get it. It's like just flash to the middle on the opposite side
Yep.
when the ball's on the opposite side. I was like, okay, and that worked. It's like the most simple offense ever. So what is the hardest thing that you think is like to teach them?
Mm, for me, it's been boxing out and then, breaking down. My guys really want to have that Zion Williamson or Anthony Davis type block, uh, and I don't know why they're wanting to block out on the 3 point line, probably just to throw it in the stands and have all the parents go ooh, and so that's one thing that we definitely have a hard time with, is keeping our feet on the ground, especially out on the perimeter.
Yeah.
And then boxing out. We had one practice where we gave up a lot of offensive boards, and so that next practice we pretty much worked on boxing out the entire time, because um, they start to get comfortable if they get 3 or 4 rebounds back to back, then they get comfortable and then they just stand there. They won't look for the guy. They won't put a butt on him. They're not going to push him out, and then that's when we start getting beat inside.
Yeah, that's the same. Like, well, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, you gotta, well, we call it chucking, where you'll put a armbar on the chest and
Hmm.
you'll hold him there,
Yep.
and then you'll chuck him. You'll find the ball, and then you'll go get it. It's like, okay, if you could chuck him, box him out, and then go get it, that'd be
Yep.
awesome. But
Just get the
it's
ball
just
for me.
yeah. But like the offensive rebounds, and I actually my I like created a little stat sheet, and I was like, okay, we're gonna add offensive rebounds. So how many offensive rebounds you guys give up is how many lines you guys are running,
Oh man.
or something like that. So it's like that's what I'll do, or uh, turnovers the same thing. It's like, okay, you gotta have something for that too.
Hmm.
But I think our turnovers were 1 to 3 from assist. So like, you know, assist maybe 1, and then turnovers were 3. So it was not a good year for that. But um, so let's see here. So do you look for anything particular in your tryouts? Like, so when you have your beginning tryouts, do you have anything that you look for?
Um. Yeah. One thing is leadership. I want to see who is already trying to pick up their teammates. If they're doing a drill wrong, who's going to step in, and instead of being like, "Oh my gosh, why aren't you doing this right?" then being like, "Hey, get your feet like this, break down, dribble to keep your head up." Um, so that's one thing is who's already going to give me that leadership out on the court. Another thing is just effort. You can have all the talent in the world. If I stood at the 3-point line and I could make 20 for 20 out of 20 for 20 shots, but I'm not going to get back on defense, I have no use for you, because then we're just going to get beat 4-on-5 every time. Um,
Yeah,
and then even if you're not that talented, um, if you're not that talented offensively, but you're a little rat inside the paint on defense, and you're forcing turnovers and getting us steals. That's a big thing that I'm going to want on the floor for me.
yeah. Um, so let's see. If there's only one thing that you could work on practice, what would it be?
Boxing out.
Boxing out? Yeah, yeah. That would probably be the same thing for us. It's it's challenging for them, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
So I think one of the most challenging things also is dealing with parents, but I don't
Hmm.
know how you handle parents and communicate with them.
I mean, we have a team meeting at the beginning of the season, and I pretty much lay out to them like, I'm the one on the sidelines. I'm the one that signed up for this. I'm the coach. You're the parent. So let me coach. If you want to coach, go through the school, go through whoever, and then come talk to me, and you can join me on the sidelines or on the bench. But your main job is to support your kid. It's not to yell at me because you think you know what defense we should be running. It's um I have had that parent that has still tried to coach over me, and he's in the stands and he's yelling at his son, and I just look at him and I say, "You look at me. He doesn't know the situation. Like, you listen to me." And he's like, "Yes, coach." Um, it's But I like to have that meeting in the beginning and just be like, hey, support your kid, come cheer on the team, um, get them to and from practice and the games, and then let me do my job. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. I mean, like I've had that same thing happen, and it's like, okay, they're cursing from the stands, and I'm like,
Hmm.
you realize that, I have I could just take out your kid, but I don't like to take it out on the kid
Yeah,
because that's
it
not
just
fair to
hurts
them.
them and their
Yeah, it really just
confidence.
hurts. Yeah. So if it does become a situation, which it has some like, for the last 2 years, I think we've had this one parent just he's been on or his son's on varsity and he's like, uh, he should be playing and we're like, well, he can't dribble as well as other kids.
Right.
And he's like, well, he should be able to handle the ball. Well, yeah, he should
He
be,
should
but
be, but he's not.
yeah, so I mean, that's why we do our like for my practices and kind of for like 2 years it's been like, okay, we're just gonna focus on dribbling at like 5 minutes before practice.
Hmm.
You guys get 3 lines and you'll do two ball dribbling. We'll go through our sets that we do and they just run down the court and then they skip back and they're doing their two ball dribbles. And he would sit out every single time and it wouldn't be it's like not fair for the other kids because they're actually working really hard at it
Yeah.
and a lot of them improved over the year and then he kind of stayed the same and maybe improved a little bit but not to where I thought he could be because
Right.
he's an athletic kid. He's just not,
Not
if
athletic in basketball. And
yeah,
you got those kids.
yeah,
You got the ones that want to play multiple sports, but he excels at, base running and, fielding pop flies, but he just can't get the handle of dribbling a ball.
yeah. So I mean, that's one of the issues with that. But the a lot of what we did as like if we do have a problem with the parent, uh, we'll have an administrator like officiate a meeting.
Hmm.
So like a coach and possibly the player will be there, and like the coach will talk to him about why, if it's playing time or whatever, if it's a certain issue that we have in the stands, uh, and they'll just go over that with them. And sometimes the coach won't even be there. Sometimes it's just the administrator, so
Mm.
that's good too.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see. So, do you have any favorite basketball movies or books that you've read or watched?
I really enjoy uh, Coach Carter and Glory Road. Those are
Oh, okay.
those are definitely two of my favorites.
Yeah, yeah. The I don't know if you've seen the new one,
The
the
way
way
back,
back.
yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, so that I've actually played in that gym.
Have you really?
Yeah,
What the heck? That's awesome.
yeah. So it is like an eclectic gym. Like you can't get any reception in there, which kind of sucks, but but it's like so uh just old and ancient, but it's still there and they actually still play in it. So it's
That's
but
awesome.
it's not the school that you think it is, but
Yeah.
it's actually like, it's in my neck of the woods and it's like that's kind of cool. Uh
We
but I
we were watching that movie and my wife, she was like, "That's a cool gym," and I was like, "Yeah, that does look pretty cool."
yeah, they have it's actually like the district home for us. So
Wow.
that's our home district. Yeah. So, I go there every once in a while, but it's we actually used to be in their league and then they cut us out because we were winning too much against them. So, yeah, it was like, yeah. So that was kind of cool.
I mean, that's a
to
good
see
problem
that.
to have, I guess, is you're winning too much.
Yeah. And then we got put into a league where we're like, going to be the bottom of the barrel, which is kind of, yeah. So that was kind of like, we're like, oh, we should be back in that league. You should have just moved this other team out, because the other team was a little better than us, but we could have probably beat them back then. So just kind of, and we're actually in that same league with the really good team, so we're outmatched right now.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, that's as far as movies for me. I think like Glory Road and The Way Back is pretty cool, so I like that movie. And then any book is probably um, I don't read that often, but I should probably try to start reading some books on leadership and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is about me. I'm not a big fan of, and I just don't know. I'm not a big fan of like a paper book. And so I told my wife, I was like, if you get me a Kindle, I'll start reading more. And so, one of my favorite books is it's called The Sixth Man, and it's by Andre Iguodala, and it just talks about how he came up, and he was always that first guy off the bench, and he at first he looked at it as he wasn't good enough, but eventually he rose to be a big name in the NBA. And another one is it's by Jackie McMullen. It's called Basketball: A Love Story, and those are definitely two of my favorite books.
mhm. Yeah. So do you have any questions for me?
How long? Oh, you said you've been coaching since high school. So how many years is that?
So I've been coaching 5 years, so I've been out of high school for 5 years.
Oh,
I'm actually still in college,
nice.
so and working at like a pizza place, and we're really busy right now. It's insane.
Oh, I can bet. I mean, a lot of the places down here actually still open, even with that stay-at-home order. But
Yeah. So I mean, they have like a curfew at like 10, so at 10 o'clock it dies out. So I'm like, okay, cool.
now I get to go home and study.
Yeah, now I get to go home. So, except we have to clean up after everyone. But I've been coaching for, 5 years, going to be my sixth next year. So, um, at my alma mater high school. So
Nice.
it's been
Congratulations on
pretty
that.
fun. Yeah. Any other questions?
Who are some coaches that you look up to?
So I like John Wooden,
Mm,
uh,
mhm.
just because the quotes and stuff.
Yeah.
He has some great quotes that I'll share to my players and stuff. And then um, living, probably the Florida State coach. What's his name? Mike White,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we do run a lot of the stuff that he runs, so it's that's just you know useful to, and he's very smart. So
Nice.
anything else
I think
before we?
I think I'm good, man.
All right, it was a pleasure to have you on the Underdog Hoops show,
I appreciate it.
and then I'll email you a thank you and thank you for your time,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Awesome, man. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Looking
yeah.
forward to it.
All right. Well, hopefully I'll get this email out to you in like 10 minutes or so.
All right, man.
All right, thanks. Hey, Coach, I hope you enjoyed that podcast interview with Chase Cole. Look forward to having more interviews with more basketball coaches to get you guys better, to learn a little more myself, because I am always learning. So if you guys are interested, please hit me up at Coach Sam at underdoghoops.com, and then I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.